It's Tuesday, April 14th, 2026, and we have a lot of dangerous weather that's now entering stages today. Let's get into it. Starting with today, we have a enhanced risk level 3 out of 5 risk of severe weather. That includes Enid, Oklahoma City, Altus, Lawton, and going into Bartlesville. Now, today we do have a decent tornado environment. We have a 5% hatch risk of tornadoes that includes Bartlesville, Tulsa, Stillwater, Enid, Oklahoma City, Norman, Altus, Lawton, going into a little bit into Okmulgee. Now at this point, this has been put into a hatch risk, which that means that we could see EF2 or higher tornadoes in this area. And with our wind probabilities, this is probably one of our, I believe this is our most, okay, so this is one of our most concerning probabilities. We have a 30% hatch, we have a 30% chance of damaging winds, and that's also hatch. That includes Bartlesville, Stillwater, Oklahoma City, Norman, Lawton, and Enid. Now, our most concerning outlook is this one. It's official, guys. We have the first Group 2. Our first Group 2 hatch risk. This is a 30% Group 2 hatch risk of large hail that includes Stillwater, Enid, Oklahoma City, Norman, Lawton, and Altus. This means that we could see hail up to baseball size or maybe even larger. I won't even rule out softball size hail with these storms. Now let's get into the models. So it shows this is around when this is being recorded, it shows that we're going to have supercellular thunderstorms forming around when this is being recorded, and so that's incorrect, but we could see widespread supercellular thunderstorms forming around 4 p.m., and then we're going to have a squall line extending from the Kansas border all the way onto the Texas border around 6 p.m., since these storms are moving northeast, they're going to slam into Pocket City around 7 p.m., but they're going to greatly miss Oklahoma City in terms of the strongest part. So then those will jump to northeast, and then there's a little bit of these little cells over here around 10 p.m. They need to be watched closely as they move northeast and slam into Bartlesville around 2 a.m. Wednesday. Speaking of Wednesday, we have another threat on Wednesday to talk about. Let's get into it. Alright, so tomorrow we have a slight risk level 2 out of 5 for Enid, Stillwater, Tulsa, Bartlesville, Muskogee, Fort Smith, Oklahoma City, going down to Altus and Lawton. Now, for basically majority of the 5%, there is a hatching, meaning because the EF2 tornadoes are higher, but we have a 5% hatch chance of tornadoes that includes Oklahoma City, Norman, Lawton, Stillwater, Tulsa, Bartlesville, Muskogee, going into Fort Smith. And then we have a 15% chance. And we have a 15% chance of damaging winds that includes Oklahoma City, Stillwater, Enid, Tulsa, Bartlesville, Muskogee, Fort Smith, going down to Altus and Lawton. And then we have a Group 1 hatch 15% hail risk that includes Enid, Stillwater, Tulsa, Bartlesville, Muskogee, Oklahoma City, Norman, and Altus and Lawton. Now, this is right now just a level 2 out of 5, but I would not rule out this becoming a 3 out of 5 within the next SPC updates. Now let's get to the model. Now this shows around the greater 8 a.m. time frame, we're going to have little storms trying to form near Elk City and Lawton, going up towards Enid and Stillwater. And they're going to become stronger as more storms form to the south. This is around 10 a.m. to the west of McAllister. We're going to have a strong storm possibly and a whole bunch of other strong storms. I don't think these kind of just gives a dumb representation of what it could look like, but I think things are going to be a lot stronger than what this is showing. And these storms are going to start moving northeast, and they're going to continue to form more stuff behind it. Around this is 3 p.m. More supercells are forming behind the main storms that we had early in the morning, and even more form after that. To the south of Oklahoma City, around 5 p.m., we're going to have even more supercells going on. And watch, they become a squall line a little bit with very large hail. We could see radar values up to 70 dBz. But 2 squall lines is going to be one near Tulsa, another one crashing in McAllister around 8 p.m. And then they'll gradually go out. They'll kind of spark out, and a few storms are going to be hanging out around 1 a.m. Now, we have another severe weather threat to talk about on Friday. So let's get into it. So on Friday, we have enhanced risk of severe weather that includes Enid, Oklahoma City, Norman, Stillwater, Tulsa, and Bartlesville. And around that, we have a slight risk of severe weather that includes Woodward, Altus, Lawton, Muskogee, and Fort Smith. Now, the darker orange is where we're most concerned right now, but we could see still strong storms around it. But we are still too far out to see the tornado, wind, and hail outlooks. As we get closer, we'll be able to see them, but right now we can't. I do want to note that so this is a farther out model, long range, and so things are gonna look a little bit weird, but it shows that it's gonna be just some rain showers. I promise you that this is not just a little rain shower. This is gonna be a squall line of storms, possibly with embedded tornadoes possible, as this moves through Oklahoma, going into the overnight. Now let's go to the next thing. Now that is all the information I have for you today. Now, I know that that we have a lot of severe weather coming up, and that's confirmed. Not a maybe severe weather. Severe weather is confirmed to be coming up. So make sure, and some of these are going to be going well into the overnight hours. So make sure you have a plan in place in case that tornado warning goes through for your area, and stay safe, Oklahoma.